On April 16, 1945, one teenager with a machine gun held a bridge for 11 hours against an entire German battalion. When Soviet commanders found him the next morning, 327 enemy bodies lay in front of his position. The war would end in 23 days, but without those 11 hours, it might have lasted months longer. His name was Nikolai Sirotinin, and this is the story history almost forgot. April 1945. Germany is dying. Berlin burns under Soviet artillery. Hitler hides in his bunker, 50 feet underground, issuing orders to armies that no longer exist. But in the forests of East Prussia, one German general refuses to accept defeat. His name is Dietrich von Sacken, and he commands the last fully operational Wehrmacht division on the Eastern Front. 32,000 men, 400 tanks. One desperate plan: break through Soviet lines, reach the Baltic coast, and evacuate by sea to continue fighting in the West. Intelligence reports give them 72 hours before Soviet reinforcements can seal the pocket. Everything depends on speed. Everything depends on crossing one bridge. Nikolai Sirotinin turned 19 3 weeks earlier. No cake, no celebration. Just another day of digging trenches in the mud near Königsberg. He'd been in the Red Army for 8 months, assigned to the 254th Rifle Regiment as a machine gunner. Before conscription, he worked in a textile mill in Orel, a city the Germans had occupied for 2 years. He remembered the executions in the town square. He remembered finding his neighbor's body, hanging from a lamppost with a sign around her neck. When the recruitment officer asked if he could shoot, Nikolai said yes. He'd never touched a gun in his life. By April 1945, he'd touched plenty. The Maxim M1910 machine gun weighed 97 pounds with its wheeled mount and water cooling jacket. It fired 520 rounds per minute. Nikolai could disassemble and reassemble it blindfolded in 4 minutes. His hands bore permanent calluses from feeding ammunition belts. He'd fired at German positions dozens of times, always as part of a unit, always with officers shouting coordinates. He'd never seen the men he killed. He'd never fought alone. On April 15th, his regiment received orders to advance west toward the Pregel River. The spring thaw had turned roads into rivers of mud. Trucks sank to their axles. Horses collapsed, pulling artillery pieces. Progress slowed to 8 miles per day. By evening, Nikolai's company reached a small wooden bridge, crossing a tributary stream. The bridge was nothing special. 12 feet wide, 40 feet long, wooden planks over timber supports. On maps, it didn't even have a name. But it sat at the intersection of 2 forest roads, and those roads led directly to the main Soviet supply. Route 15 miles east. Lieutenant Belov, their company commander, studied the approach. Open fields to the north and south. Dense forest to the west. He pointed at Nikolai.